Welcome to the Yoga Quickie. I designed this series for when you need to get some yoga in, but you just don't have a lot of time on your hands, or for those yogis who just like their practice to be short and sweet. Today's class is called No Hands Flow, which means we will not be placing any weight on our hands or wrists today, which means we're going to take out some major yoga poses and have to find new fun ways to work our body in and out of postures. If you have a block or pillow, that will come in handy for class today. Let's start by side lying on our left hand side. As we come down to the mat, we will stack our hips, knees, ankles, and feet, drawing the knees just above the hip. As the torso lowers down, bring the head to a block or pillow or to the mat if you don't have either. Arms come out in front and hands come on top of one another. Keeping our knees fully mounted to the mat, we take a nice big inhale, and then as we exhale, top arm comes up and over as we work thoracic rotation. Inhale, come back to the starting position. Exhale, top arm opens, head follows the arm. Slowly close with the inhale. The exhale guides us open. So we take one more, making sure those knees are fully mounted to the ground so that we only rotate through our upper back and not our lower back. Allow ourselves to close. Staying on our left-hand side, this time as we exhale, fingertips will come to the ground and come overhead as the torso opens. And as we return, the arm comes back overhead, fingertips come along the ground, back to the starting position. Let's take one more. As we come back to our starting position, use the top arm to press yourself up. Take your block or pillow and move it towards the other side. We won't use it right this second, but that way it's there. Bring the feet to the ground. Fingertips will look behind you this time. Take a nice big inhale, and then as we exhale, let the knees fall over to the left, and the right arm will come up and around behind us as we lower the torso towards the floor. Inhale, come all the way back up and find the starting position. Same side, exhale, knees drop to the left, right arm comes up and over, elbows bend, torso comes down towards the ground. Finding our way back. Two more. Drop the knees towards the right, opening the hips as we work thoracic rotation. Find yourself back to the starting position, and then one more. Let the knees fall, reach the arm long overhead, and then as we lower. As we press all the way back up, we find side lying on our right hand side, stacking hips, knees, ankles, and feet, just like we did before. Knees draw above hips, and we lower the head to a block, pillow, or floor. Arms come out and stack the hands. Knees are mounted to the ground, nice big inhale, and then as we exhale, work the thoracic rotation, head moves with the arm. Feel yourself close on the inhale. Exhale, open. Inhale, close. Allow yourself two more with the wave of your own breath. Exhale guides you open. Inhale brings you back. As we open this last time, just notice which side opens. Easier or better. As we find the connection of the hands, we'll take 2 more this time. Fingertips, exhale, sweep overhead as we rotate over. Keep the arm long as possible. Fight the knees to stay on the ground. And then draw it back overhead. Find the starting position. 1 more. As we come all the way back to starting, we use our top hand to press ourselves up. Move block or pillow off the mat. Feet come to the floor, fingertips look behind us. This time knees fall to the right as the left arm comes up and over. Torso lowers to the ground as the elbows bend. Allow yourself to come all the way back up. 3 more times. Letting the knees fall to the right. Reach high with the arm as it comes behind us. Bend the elbows, lower the torso. Finding our way back on the inhale. 2 more times. Feel the rotation. As we find the inhale 1 more time. Last exhale, last rotation, knees to the right, left arm up and over. As we come back up, this time we begin to find forward fold. Coming on to our feet, spreading our toes wide, feeling our ankles underneath our hips, our arches are lifted. Feel your sitting bones, those bony parts in your tails reach towards the ceiling. Bend the knees, circle sweep the arms towards the ceiling, squeeze the glutes as the hips extend, sink into chair, tailbone looks down, rib cage is connected to the hips. Inhale, lift, full extension of the hips, and then forward fold. Keeping our left leg in front, our right leg steps behind us to a lunge. If you need to bring your fingertips to the ground to guide you, go ahead. If you can keep them lifted, challenge your balance. Allow the torso to come up and over the hips. Hands to hips and just play around with your pelvic bowl. Feel them in alignment. Hips are looking forward and feel neutral. Squeeze the glute. Let's come up onto our back toes. And then allow the arms to come up as the rib cage nestles to the hips. Slowly begin to lengthen the front leg, hands come to hips as we lower the torso towards the thigh. Stopping at our range of motion. As the torso lifts, bend through the left knee, turn the toes to the right hand side of the mat, wide-legged forward fold. Shift your hips over to your right foot into Skandasana. Ground strong through the left foot. Slowly come back to wide-legged forward fold. Turn the right toes towards the back of the mat as we pivot on the left toes. Find your lunge, squeeze your glutes. Hands to hips. Feel evenness. Come up onto the toes, stretch the bottoms of the feet. Front shin draws forward, arms lift, tuck through the rib cage, squeeze the glute. Hands come down to the hips, straighten and lengthen the front leg. Pull the back hip forward as that front hip pulls back, keeping a nice even sacrum, that bony part right above our glutes and right below our lower back. Bend through the front leg as the toes turn back to the left-hand side of the mat. Sink into your left hip, Skandasana. Slowly come back into wide-legged forward fold. Pivot the left foot to look back to the front of the mat as we come around the back foot into our lunge. Step all the way in, forward fold. Relax down, well done. Bend our knees, circle sweep, reach towards the ceiling. As we lower this time, right leg crosses over the left, single leg chair. Take the right hand above the knee on the thigh and then gently add pressure. Slowly release the hand and then allow ourselves to pull the right knee up towards the chest, parallel to the ground. The leg will come out to the side as we find warrior three. Leg kicks behind us, and let's take our hands reaching towards our heel this time. Slight bend through our front standing leg as we slowly lower the back leg. We're just going to let the toes hover over the mat. So just gently feel the toes to the ground. And then take that right leg, bring it and swoop it behind your left standing leg. And play around with your hips, find evenness. And then let the torso drop. Open up through the hips. Gently lift the torso. Right leg is going to gently come back around. See if you can keep the foot off the ground. Let it hover. And then pull the back knee in towards the front knee, Shiva squat. And then fully extend, touch down the toes. Lift the arms, find your leg. Well done. Hands come to the hips as we straighten and lengthen our front leg. Torso dips towards the thigh. Bend through the left leg as we turn the toes to the right-hand side of the mat. Wide-legged forward fold. Sink into your right leg. This time, if you'd like, pull the left toes to the ceiling. If you need to bring the hands down a little bit, go ahead. Really feel those toes open so we can open up the inner thighs. Reground the left foot as we find wide-legged forward fold. Turn the right toes to look at the back of the mat. Pivot on your left toes, find your lunge. Squeeze the glutes. And then step all the way in forward fold. Bend the knees, circle sweep, reach towards the ceiling. Squeeze the glutes, extend the hips. Single leg chair, left leg crosses this time. Find your focal point. Left hand comes into the thigh, above the knee as we add pressure. Slowly release the pressure. Lift the left leg parallel to the ground, and then let the leg come out to the side as we find warrior three. Fingertips reaching towards the heel. Slight bend in our front leg as we begin to lower the back left leg, only enough so we feel the toes gently touch the mat. Then draw the left leg behind the right leg. Hands come to hips. Fight for evenness as we open up the hip. Torso drops if it's comfortable. Torso lifts. Left toes sweep gently back. We're still just gazing the mat, and then draw into Shiva squat. Left knee comes to the back of the right knee. Feel the connection, lift the heel. Slow and controlled, find your way back to lunge. Lots of work through your legs. Hands come to the hips, straighten and lengthen. Then through the front leg, turn the toes to look to the left edge of the mat, and then sink right into the left leg, pulling the right toes up this time if you'd like. Finding wide-legged forward folds, Turning the left toes back to the front of the mat as we pivot on the right toes. Find your lunge. Step all the way in, forward fold. Feel the sitting bones, those bony parts in our tails rise towards the ceiling. Squeeze your quads. When we squeeze the quads, it allows the hamstrings to relax and lengthen. Bend the knees, circle sweep the arms towards the ceiling. Exhale into chair. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Transition to lunge pose with the left leg in front. Remember, if you can keep those hands off the mat today, do so. Feel the shin draw forward, come up onto the toes, and then feel the leg press back without really moving the body. So the shin is drawing us forward, the heel is actively pulling us back. Let's take our arms out to the side. Crossing left arm underneath the right at the elbow joint. And then either bring back of the hand to back of the hand or wrap the hands all the way around to eagle arms. Pull the shoulders down and away, and then the hands away from the face. Transition, begin to straighten our front leg, keep the arms as they are, and then slowly lower down. Torso lifts back up as we bend through the left knee and then find wide-legged forward fold. Our arms are still an eagle. Lower the torso. Sink over to the right leg. Pull the left toes if we can. Place the left foot back on the ground, wide leg forward fold. Turn the left toes back to the front of the mat. Pivot on your back toes, find your lunge. Come into Shiva squat, draw the back right knee in, and then we're going to take the right leg out and around and wrap it. Maybe toes come to the ground, or we can fully wrap the leg. Squeeze the inner thighs, eagle pose. Now allow the elbows to come towards the knees. Slowly take the torso up. Unwind that right leg, but bring it back to Shiva squat. So bring it out and around, connect knee to knee. Well done. Extend into lunge. Release the arms. Lift them up high. Well done. Lots of work through the legs. Hands come down. Forward fold. Left leg stays in front. Take the right leg behind us. And then turn the toes to look to the right-hand side of the mat. And then turn the right toes and then pivot on the back, find your lunge. Arms coming out to the side. Right hand underneath the left, and then find the eagle arms of your choice. Pull the elbows down, hands away. Begin to straighten the front leg. Find your focal point. Torso slowly lowers towards the side. We bend through that front leg as the torso lifts. Turn both toes to the left-hand side of the mat. Wide-legged forward folds. Keep the eagle arms. Shift the weight into your left leg. Turn the right toes up into Skandasana. Pull the elbows down, hands away, open up the back. Find Find your wide-legged forward fold. We're gonna turn back to the right foot. So right toes turn, pivot on the left. Find your lunge. Into Shiva squat. Draw the toes along the mat and then connect knee to knee, lift through the heel. And then let's take that left leg out and around. Remember, toes can come to the ground in eagle. Squeeze the inner thighs. Elbows come towards the knees. Slowly come up. Unwind the top leg into Shiva squat. Extend back into lunge. Release the arms. Forward fold. Lengthen. Keep the right leg in front, left leg steps behind us. Find your lunge. Pivot the toes, left side of the mat. Wide-legged forward fold. Slowly begin to heel toe yourself together. Into forward folds. Slowly come up onto your toes. Pull the heels towards one another so you can keep your fingertips off the ground. And then begin to drop hips towards heels. You guys did absolutely wonderful. Great job getting in your no hands flow.